Hello.
Hi, everyone.
I'm Dana.
And I'm Cassie.
And today we are kicking off Flameless February.
Yeah, so we won't be needing any of these.
All right. That means we are going to be focusing on home fragrance options that are not candles.
Yes.
We love candles. You do too.
Obviously, we
probably.
are CandleScience.
But it is a really great time to start looking at some other options to scent your space.
Yeah, so we're talking reed diffusers. We're talking wax melts. We're talking room sprays. We're talking even car diffusers.
Yeah, wickless candles.
Wickless candles even. Anything that scents your space without a flame.
Yeah. And two of the big reasons why you might want to look into some flameless options are, well, actually there's three that I can think of off the top of my head. One is candles have a flame, and not every living space situation allows for fire.
Dorm rooms, that's a big one I remember.
That is a big
from,
one.
you know, an age ago.
Yeah. It's been years.
Yeah. It's been 84 years.
If you have pets, cats, dogs, children, there is an element of safety when burning candles responsibly. If you don't want to have to worry about that, there are some other options that still allow you to fragrance your home the way you'd like.
Yeah.
Another reason is that this is very popular.
Yeah, flameless fragrance options are growing like crazy. When we look at overall home fragrance trends, I mean, candles, it's just kind of, it's steady, you know, increasing slightly, but then we look at the line for flameless, and it's like
steadily rising.
Yeah.
Steadily rising. So, and this is something that you don't have to focus on if you already make candles. You can just easily integrate it into your line.
Super easy.
Which is really nice because then you end up with some cute matching sets, a little bit of something for everyone.
Yeah.
You can just go ahead and adapt your labels, do some little themes, stuff like that.
Yeah, we love a matching set.
So true.
Yeah.
So true.
And guys, if you are making any of these products, please, I just posted on Instagram, I think a few minutes ago, it should have gone out. We want to see photos of all your products that you are making. So if you make reed diffusers, room sprays, melts, etc., please send us a DM with your photos, tag us in them, leave a comment with a photo if you're on Facebook. We want to see, and then we might be able to share them on our own socials and website all month long.
We are nosy and we like to share.
We are nosy. Yeah, it's true.
All right, so these are, and I mean, they're really easy to make. Let's be real.
Yes.
They are easier to make than candles.
They are indeed. And we love that.
I know. Truly, there is a lot of melting and pouring going on, but you don't have to worry about wick testing, things like that. So kind of the spread here.
It is quite a spread.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. And as we kind of expand our options, it is really cool to see you guys adding them into your lines. Sneakily, sometimes I see them pop up.
Yes.
All right, so let's, also, I forgot. How could I forget?
Oh, of course. Can't forget this.
We are doing some giveaways.
Yeah, lots of giveaways during the live today. Always fun to do.
I think there are 4 giveaways.
And they're really good prizes.
They're really, really good. We can run down, let's run them down real quick while I also show you the rules. And just a quick note, the giveaway is only active during the live. So if you're watching this on a rewatch, so sorry, but the gifts have been given.
Yes, but the good news is I'm going to be doing these same giveaways all month long in celebration of Flameless February. So there's going to be a new giveaway each week of this month. On Instagram. Yes.
So if you don't get one during this live, definitely check out Cassie's Instagrams on Wednesdays through Flameless February. Oh, good. All right. The link to the giveaway is in the comments as well as in the descriptions. You only have to enter once.
Yes. And in fact, if you enter twice, it's going to exclude you. So don't enter twice. You just need to do it one time.
And as always, please give us a valid email that you check frequently.
Yeah, we have to be able to email you to get you your prize.
And the good thing about some of these giveaways is that some of them will be up to you. You'll be able to choose some colors of things, like some Micas, some spray bottles. You can even choose some fragrances this time. So I'm very, very excited.
Yes. So let's go give them a rundown.
Absolutely. All right.
Yeah.
So one of the giveaways will be some new fragrance flights.
Yes, we have 2 new fragrance flights, and so we're going to be giving away all 3 of these.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
The wax melt faves, room spray summer faves, and reed diffuser faves.
So these are slightly seasonal, very topical, very, very good. And then we are giving away kind of like a whole set, like a little bundle for you to make your own diffusers.
Yeah, well, this one is, in fact,
yeah, this
a
one
kit.
is packaged.
Yeah. We have it, don't we? Yes.
Yeah, so this is what it looks like, and this includes everything you need to make 4 reed diffusers, and you do get to pick the fragrances.
We love that. We love choice.
Big fan.
Yeah.
And then after that, we have room spray bundle, where you can make your own room and linen sprays.
Yeah. So yeah, you're going to get a 16-ounce room spray base, which remember is a concentrate that you do mix with a water when you make the spray. So it's going to make quite a bit. You'll probably have some left over. 12-piece 4-ounce room spray bottles in color of choice, black or white, with the heads, matching heads too, and some fragrances of choice too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So very
the room spray.
The
the room spray.
Because those are all kind of like optimized for
Yeah.
the room and linen, so it'll be good. And then this one is a lot of fun.
This is my favorite one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wax melt bundle. So y'all can make your own wax melts.
Yeah, so you're going to get 1 pound of our Cocoa Soul Pillar Melt Wax, 10-piece Snap Bar clamshells, which these are my personal favorite clamshells. So that's why I picked those for the bundle. The Wax Melt Flight, a mica color of choice, and a liquid dye of choice as well.
So these are very, very cool.
Yeah.
Please let us know what you make with these, and if you like them. Even if you don't like them, you can still tell us. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
So there they are. Go ahead and enter.
Yeah. And if you have any questions about anything, feel free to ask at any time. If we miss it, we will go ahead and circle back to that as soon as we can. But first, let's talk about some reed diffusers, because I think they are very pretty.
I love reed diffusers, especially with these cute little flower reeds.
The reed diffusers, I think, are very like set it and forget it.
Yeah.
Where once you make them, they do kind of just start to slowly infuse your space with scent.
Yeah.
So this is very, very worry-free. If you were like me and constantly worry about whether or not you remembered to blow your candles out before you leave the house, you don't have to worry about that with this.
Yeah, and they're always contributing it to a nice aroma in your space. I really like reed diffusers for bathrooms in particular, because they're really good for small spaces, for entryways as well. It's just a nice way to always have that kind of, fragrance being released passively. You don't even have to think about it.
Absolutely. And they do kind of have this secondary function as a decor piece.
Yes.
And we have so many options at this point where I would be hard-pressed to find something that does not go with your current style.
Yeah.
My personal favorite, I have to say, are the prisms.
Yeah.
I just love these so much.
And it kind of matches your hair, too.
It kind of, do I like color? Who am I?
Yeah, so it should be also no surprise. My favorite ones are the...
On the opposite end.
Yeah, are the matte black ones. Because what is my favorite color? I don't know. You tell me.
But I do think that a lot of the reed diffusers are customizable in a very fun way.
Yeah.
And you can label them very easily within your line. It's not super difficult, to, repurpose a specific candle label and just change, make it accurate to match. So they are very, very easy to add to your line, and we are trying our best to kind of show you some different usage and things like that.
And these, the prism bottles, we have matching if you use the straight-sided prism tumbler or the Sonoma prism tumbler. It matches if you use one of the matte black jars that we have, the matte black Sonoma or the matte black straight-sided tumbler. Yeah,
they do kind of seamlessly integrate with each other, which is beautiful, honestly.
Yeah.
So that is one of my favorite things to do, is just add some diffuser options. And a lot of fragrances are, both good for candles and reed diffusers, but I can also show you how to find all of the fragrances that will be Reed Diffuser compatible.
Yeah, because this is a question we get quite a bit, and you know, it's probably the time where we have to give our little spiel about Reed Diffuser usage, fragrance usage, and Reed Diffusers.
Yes.
Because it always comes up, and it is. I understand why. It can be kind of confusing. It confuses me sometimes, to be honest. So if you're confused, then you're in good company, I would say.
Absolutely. We're all in it together.
We're all in it together.
Confused.
We're all confused.
But what you're going to do to really just narrow down the fragrances that you should be looking at when thinking about Reed Diffusers is the Fragrance Oil Finder. And then we are going to go down here to Application, and we're just going to click Diffuser Base Approved. You are then going to see all of the fragrances that are recommended to use in Reed Diffusers. And there are 94 fragrances, so not
quite a few.
A bad spread.
Yeah.
For sure. And then further, what you might want to do is if you click on a fragrance, you can go ahead and scroll down to Recommended Applications over here. And then you'll be able to see not only like the max amount on the IFRA, but the recommended usage here. So we, through our testing, recommend usage up to 15.7% here for Bohemian Rose. If you click the IFRA document, you can see Reed Diffusers right here, 15.7. Sometimes that number will be different. Sometimes it's the same.
Yeah, it varies fragrance to fragrance. And so now we have to get into our always very fun spiel about why can't you use whatever fragrance you want to in a Reed Diffuser? What's the problem? Well, the problem is, it's not a problem. It's IFRA.
Problem is hands.
Yes. Yeah, the problem is touching things. So IFRA is the governing body that sets safe guidelines for fragrance usage in different applications. So an application is a thing like, you know, a lip product or a cosmetic or lotion or a candle or a Reed Diffuser or room spray. And so they set those guidelines. And, you know, a few years ago, I guess it's more than a few years ago now, they changed a lot of their guidelines around Reed Diffuser usage. So it did unfortunately lower the amount of fragrances that can be used in diffusers by quite a bit. It lowered the usage rates. It's unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. It's not for no reason. They do the science.
And their main concern is safety, not necessarily performance. So there very well could be fragrances that will perform well in Reed Diffusers. Unfortunately, if it spills, gets on your hands, anything like that, if you're handling the reeds, if IFRA does not deem that skin safe enough, they are not going to recommend using it. So those are the guidelines that we adhere to. You should be adhering to them.
You should as well. And another thing you might notice too, especially if you're someone who looks at IFRA certificates quite a bit, which we love. If you do that, thank you. It's a good idea. You might notice that we say a fragrance is not recommended for use in Reed Diffusers. But then you look at the IFRA certificate and you say, oh, wait a minute. This says I can use it up to a certain percentage. Maybe it's 10%, maybe it's 9%. So why do we say that? Then we don't recommend it.
It's just not going to smell as strong as we would want it to be. So if it's not going to be worth doing, or it's not going to provide a scent throw that, you know, we would stand behind, you are more than welcome to try it, but you know, we wouldn't necessarily recommend it if it's not going to be that strong scent that we would expect.
Yeah, I think it's a 15% fragrance load allowed by the IFRA is what that's kind of like our minimum threshold for what we found to be a good performance percentage in Reed Diffusers. Of course, you can absolutely use a fragrance. If the IFRA says you can use it, you can use it. You just can't exceed that maximum usage rate that they list. So that's up to you, up to your own testing.
And you might be happy with it.
Yeah, you might be.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So that is why we always recommend testing.
Yeah.
And we did have a really good question here. If you have to add any preservatives to the Reed Diffusers.
That is a good question.
No, not with our base.
No.
You don't.
You don't.
It just, do you have, I think it's on that side.
Yeah.
They look very similar.
Yeah.
But this is the base. This is what you are going to mix your fragrance with. And generally, it's like about 15 to 25% is where we recommend our fragrances. But you might find a number in between there that you are very happy with.
Yeah.
So no, you don't need anything else.
Don't need to. Just fragrance, diffuser base.
Everything is in there.
Super easy.
And they last for a few weeks, months. We have some here that are months old, and I still smell them when I go to make coffee.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the individual fragrance, the size of the space you are storing them in, how many reeds you use, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some fragrances you might pick up on a bit differently. It really is kind of like a personal choice.
Yeah.
But speaking of fragrances, let's give some away.
Yes.
Let's do it. Let's jump right in.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. We are going to give away the fragrance oil flights. So there are 3 of them right now, and the room set is a little bit geared toward summer, so into the next coming season. So these will be some trending scents and also scents that we have tested and perform well. So I hope you like them. So if you have not entered the giveaway, go ahead. We'll give you just one more second to do that. And then...
All right. And actually, we did have a quick question here that I think we can answer. Where do you get...
Sorry.
Where do you get those guidelines? So the usage guidelines are on the product page for every fragrance that we carry. Other suppliers' fragrances, they also should have that information available to you. I can't tell you where because I don't work for them. But we do have it available on the product page. You can also get a link to the IFRA certificate. So yeah, these are our recommendations, and then the IFRA certificate is just down below, so you can find that there.
And the IFRA certificate is going to give you the maximum usage level. That does not always mean the best. In fact, a lot of times you can use much less than the maximum and get a really good scent, especially in candles. Look at that, 100%. You would never do that. Your candle would be soup.
Yeah, that would be a 1-to-1 fragrance to a wax ratio, which is, you have fragrance soup at that point.
Yeah, so that's why these are, again, based on testing, what we feel comfortable recommending for you. Okay. All right. Do we have a winner for the fragrance flights?
We do.
Amazing. All right. Let me see. Do I have a button for it? Haha. Becca!
Becca!
All right.
Confetti.
Congratulations, Becca. You have won all 3 fragrance flights.
Yeah. So that is the new room spray flight, the wax melt flight, and the reed diffuser flight.
And all of them can be used for candles.
Yes.
As well.
Yeah.
So.
Every fragrance we have can be used for candles. Yeah.
It's the one rule we have.
Yeah. And these flights are all now available too. So if you did not win this giveaway, but you still want to check them out, they're all available. And the flights are a great way to try new fragrances too, because you do get them all at a bit of a discount as well when they're bundled together like this.
Yeah.
So you can find those on the website.
Congrats,
Yeah.
Becca. And for the diffusers, before we wrap that up, we do also have, I just want to show you some of the customizable options that we have, because you know what, they're fun.
They are fun.
And I like it. So here we go. Oh,
yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. So we do have all different kinds of reeds. The curlicues are my favorite.
I love the curlicues and the flowers.
The little spirals.
So pretty.
So making a reed diffuser bouquet for Valentine's Day, I feel has
Super
been
fun.
very popular.
Yeah.
And we do have the rattan. I've heard it so many times. But we do have fiber reeds as well, which I am slowly being pulled towards.
I think they're a little bit better performing.
Yeah, I do like I even like kind of a mix of all the different kind of textures and styles.
Yeah.
Because they do look good in all sorts of bottles. But the prism and those white fiber reeds are just so poppy for me.
Yeah.
But who does not love an all black option?
I love the all black.
You know what I mean? Even
shocker.
Oh yeah, who knew?
It just looks good. It's elegant.
And
Yeah.
then if you so choose. Oh, hello. Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
And generally we recommend 4 to 6 reeds.
Yeah, 4 to 6
around.
is kind of it's a good number.
So I'll get that back to you.
Thank you.
That's really nice. And I'm a big fan We do also have, I don't know if we can see them. We might have to go to the side. We do have different collars and stoppers with different finishes, matte black, gold, silver. So these are really, really easy to kind of tailor to your tastes.
Yeah.
I really love the all black. So do we.
Yeah, come on. Yeah.
Classic. And I guess I should mention that sometimes, and it's totally fine, but sometimes fragrance oils do have like a tint of color to them.
Yes, they do.
So if you are using some fragrance oils that do have a tint of color, that can vary with raw materials, natural ingredients, things like that.
Yep.
The clear diffuser bottle is great, but you will see that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the performance or anything. But
it's just the fragrance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But aesthetically, if you do not like that, then I would go with some of the more opaque options. Just throwing it out there. Ooh, a gold collar on the black bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can. That one has something in it, just so you know.
It does. Okay.
Ask me how I know.
Thank you for the warning. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you might have to shove the stopper in. Yeah. They do also, and I'll show you in a second, come with a stopper, but it is a very good seal, so
It's
I
a very
didn't
good
push it
seal.
down
Yeah.
the whole way.
I think I got it. Yeah. So here with no label, here's how it looks. Yeah.
Classy. I like it quite a bit. It's beautiful.
Very pretty. I like it with the gold.
Yeah. The gold I like with the matte black. The silver I like with the prism. The clear can go either way depending on what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, could I actually have one of the little plastic things and the collar so I can show?
These guys?
Yeah. And whichever color you prefer. Thank you. Okay, so I don't know the best way to show this. Let's see. Okay. So for the square reed diffusers, if you are packaging them, if you are going to ship them, I just want to show you that they do come with a stopper and a collar. So the stopper goes into the bottle. Foom.
Well, the bottles don't come with those. Those are
Oh yeah,
separate.
sorry.
Yeah.
These come together separate from the bottles. But when you get your bottle and you make it, you put the little stopper in and then you close it up with the collar, and that forms a really, really good seal. It is not going to spill in shipping or at craft markets, anything like that.
Yeah.
So that little stopper does come with the collar.
Yeah.
Which you can buy separately.
And yes, it is incredibly sharp. I agree. Very nice look.
It does look good. I mean, I don't know, should we give some away?
Oh, right. We have another giveaway. We have
so many giveaways to get through.
Okay, let's give away a kit. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the next giveaway. If you have not entered, go ahead and do that now. So this comes in a box that is available on the website now.
Yeah.
This is everything you need to make 4 reed diffusers, and you will get to choose which fragrances you want. So remember to go to the fragrance finder to find the ones that
Oh yeah, and I have to open it because it is very snazzy.
It's beautiful.
Look at that.
Like so nice.
It looks great. Instructions will be included, all that good stuff. It's packaged very nicely.
And these make great gifts.
Yeah.
If you're like me and decide to make a hobby like your entire personality, this is completely packaged in one box, and it's very easy to do, so you won't be discouraged if you're not good at it right away.
Yeah. So super nicely
Full
packaged.
instructions.
It's a really nice gift too. If you have one of those friends who is, one of us who just you get into a hobby and then you just dive in and you spend all your money on it, and you know.
If crocheting didn't work out for you, try reed diffuser. How's that sourdough loaf you've been meaning to make? If you can bake bread, you can make a candle.
Yes.
All right, I believe we have a winner, so I'm going to go ahead and see who that is. Are we ready? Monica C.
Yay, Monica C. Congrats.
All right, you are on your way to making 4 reed diffusers.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, I love that.
Yes.
Perfect. All right.
Okay. Moving on to room sprays.
These are little guys. We do have some big guys as well.
Yeah, these are my room sprays are kind of my current thing, my current kick I'm on.
Yeah.
I just really love them because you know, I'm probably some of you can relate. I'm kind of a last minute sort of person where I often forget to do things until the very last minute, and that includes realizing I need to make my house smell a little fresh. You know, if I have someone coming over really quickly, I'm like, oh crap, I did not light that candle like I meant to. Let me just spray really fast.
Yeah.
Lifesaver. Yeah.
And these are, again, so easy to make. And this is what you will be using.
The room and linen spray base.
And it is a concentrate, and it is so heavily concentrated that you will just need to add this to water and then add your fragrance, shake it up, stir it up, put it in your bottle, and you are good to go.
Yeah.
Very, very easy, super simple. This is also great for like spring cleaning. It's coming up.
Yes. Yeah.
I will never not light candles, but like you said, sometimes it's nice to just go ahead and
give a little spray. I made room sprays for Christmas gifts this year. I did 2 scents. What did I do? I did sparkling Negroni and dry gin and cypress, and they were a pretty big hit.
Yeah.
I got really nice feedback on those.
This is also a really great gift because it's not always something I buy for myself.
Yeah.
Even though I need it. Like,
yeah.
I'm sure my house
you're
is
just not going to think about it. Yeah.
And these do come in black and white. The spray heads are sold separately in case you wanted to mix and match, do whatever works best for you. The same spray head will fit in both bottles, so there's no separate, anything like that. It is just black or white spray head, and then whichever bottle size you want. And then we just recommend giving the bottom a little snip at an angle so it fits comfortably in both bottles. The other great thing about this that I really like is that it locks.
Yeah.
So you cannot do anything
accidentally
there.
spray it.
Especially if you're shipping it or giving as gifts, it locks very easily. I thought there was something in there for a second. So perfect.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, I love this kind of, I'm so into the room sprays, really eager to try it. Brings out the chemist in me. You do feel kind of like a chemist when you're mixing everything up. Yep.
You're making a potion, essentially. I recently made some Monster Away spray. My kids are afraid of werewolves, so this came in handy. Just go ahead and give a little spritz.
Gotta keep those werewolves away. It's a real problem in our society these days.
It is truly. Menaces.
Yeah.
And again, I will show you real quick how to find the fragrances that will work.
Yeah, because we did get a question. Are all scents approved for room sprays? I actually think there's all but one can't, right? I think it's just one that we can't use in room sprays.
Yeah, there's most of them. So currently we have 258 fragrances available, which is wild.
I remember when we had like 120.
Oh my God. Yeah, I remember 150 being like, oh, whoa. So over here, application, room and 257. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's one that can't be used.
I need to find out what that is.
I used to know it, and then I forgot because... Oh, it's apple and apples and maple bourbon. That's what it is. Yeah, I can't use apples and maple bourbon in room spray. That's the only one.
You know what? Apple ginger spritz. We can replace.
Yeah. Or apple harvest.
Yeah.
Come on.
Which, I mean, that's a way to set a fall vibe for sure.
Yeah.
So all of these will be approved for the room and linen sprays. If you also are worried about spraying on linen, bed linen, anything like that, you could also further narrow it down to like soap safe, lotion safe. If you're worried about like skin contact or anything like that, everybody has different skin. So, that's up to you, not necessary. And it depends on where you're spraying it. But I've sprayed this, I think, everywhere in this office.
I've sprayed it everywhere in this office, everywhere in my house. I'm just like really addicted to the room spray right now. Like, the base is so long lasting. Like, I don't know if it's just the fragrances or the base or the combination, but I swear, like the last time I sprayed was probably weeks ago, and I still smell it.
Yeah. No, that's great.
Yeah.
It works really, really well. And I did see a good question. Can tap water be used in the room spray? Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, guys, when I'm making them just like for myself or friend, I just use tap water.
Same.
If I was selling these, I would probably do just distilled water that you can buy in the big gallons.
Yeah.
That is totally fine. But yeah, you can use tap water.
Yeah. Sometimes there are, if you've showered in another state, sometimes there's different minerals in tap water, hardnesses, stuff like that.
Yeah, if you have hard water, maybe,
Yeah.
Want to use distilled water, but.
It doesn't really affect it too much, but you'll probably get like the least amount of interference if you're using distilled water.
Yeah.
But again, if you're comfortable with it, like we are, we use tap water.
Yeah.
Why not?
But we have pretty good water.
Yeah,
here.
not bad.
Yeah.
The other thing is, again, just putting it out there aesthetically for you. Some fragrances can be a little bit more cloudy than others. So if you are mixing up your water and base and fragrance, sometimes it might have a tint to it. Sometimes it may be cloudier than other mixtures.
I would say it's often going to be at least a little cloudy.
Yeah.
Most of the time. It's not a problem.
No, absolutely not. It has no effect on how, the performance of the spray. But again, aesthetically, this is why you'll also see a lot of makers not use clear bottles.
Yeah. But there are a lot of people who do. And I actually have seen some people, they are very hung up on the cloudiness aspect, and they have such a hard time finding fragrances and a base that is not going to get cloudy. But
it happens.
It's just a thing that is going to happen. And you're going to limit yourself from some really beautiful fragrances, I think, if that is a hard requirement for you.
But for some people it is, and that is totally fine.
But
you do you.
It's up to you.
Yeah, not bad. Is there alcohol in the room spray base?
I think there is.
I need to double check.
There should be it's on the product page. We'll find out.
Yeah, that is a great question.
I'm going to look right now.
Perfect. Cool. And a lot of the like the recommended usage and things like that, as well as tutorials, how-tos, are available on the site. We should also have some video content, written content. Any way that you are used to learning can likely be found on how to make these. So that should be fine.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is alcohol in it. Yeah, there is. Yep.
Yep.
We do have the ingredients on the product page and the product info little link.
And also instructions are right on the bottle.
Yes.
So even if you, kind of went in blind with this, you should still be able to complete that project. Perfect.
Yeah. Oh, love this. For Christmas, I made sugar plum punch room sprays called a winter sangria. Excellent name.
Winter sangria.
Such a hit with your customers. Love to hear that. Yeah.
Winter sangria.
It's a great name.
So good.
Yeah, it's a great name.
Y'all, I love how creative you guys are.
I know. It's always fun to see.
Like every time something hits me, I was like, man, I wish I thought of that.
Yeah.
Winter sangria is really good.
Yeah, but seriously, y'all, if you have not tried this room spray base, please do if you're curious about it. It's really fantastic. I am addicted to it.
You've been making a lot.
Oh, I have been making a lot. Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know, it's nice. It's nice stocking stuffer. It's nice to have in the laundry room. Just big fan. Or right by the door when you have unexpected guests.
That is where I have mine stashed.
Or to spray in the face of your guests should you not want them to enter.
Yeah, or if
it's also a deterrent.
Or if they need, they need a little help to smell nicer. Yeah. Don't do that.
No, please. That was a joke.
Yeah.
Please don't. I'm currently getting slacked by HR. It's fine. So yeah, let's give some away.
Yeah.
Let's do
it.
So if you've ever wanted to make a room spray, now is your chance to win some. So that is everything that is included in the room spray bundle.
Yeah.
And here we have the room spray flight, which again is kind of optimized, very seasonal. So I do think that you will like them. If you haven't had a chance to enter, make sure you do that now. I'll just give you a minute.
Yeah, and you'll be able to choose which color bottles you want, white or black. I personally really like the black.
I do too this time.
I keep saying that, but it's obviously everyone knows.
And you can, again, if you already have some kind of product line, soap, candles, what have you, the labeling on these is also very easy to accommodate. So it can be small, it can be a full wrap. And Avery actually has some waterproof options. So if this is something that you think is going to be around getting messy, needs to be wiped, or You could keep it in your bathroom as well for like guest towels, things like that. Absolutely fine. But Avery has some really good options. That's where we got these from.
Yeah, and I've got to say the white label on these white bottles, it does look really good. It looks like it's printed on there almost, which just looks very high end and fancy. And I love when things look fancy. Especially when it was a non-fancy price tag, even better.
I know. They are very, very easy to kind of like spruce up,
yeah.
I gotta say.
Yeah, I did some cute, for my Christmas gifts, I did some cute decorations with like washi tape.
Oh, nice.
Just to make it, because I didn't have to, again, last minute person, so I did not have time to make and order labels like I wanted to originally. But they turned out very cute.
Yeah, you can do a lot of things to them. All right, are we ready? Here we go. So the next winner of the room spray bundle is...
I'm excited. I'm so excited for you.
Alejandra
J.
Ooh, I'm so excited.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Butterfly Groove is here for the fancy.
Here for the fancy. Yes, we're all here for the fancy. I love it.
Oh, Alejandra, hooray! Oh, I'm so glad. Okay.
Yeah.
And actually, we should mention that if you did want to make custom labels for anything, we do have a partnership with Avery.
Yep.
So you can get a discount by going through the CandleScience site to Avery WePrint.
Yeah.
And you can just order labels at a discount. Why not?
Yeah. Avery.com/CandleScience.
Perfect.
And that's on all your orders, guys, if you use that URL. It's not just your first one. So a lot of sites that get you with that, they're like, oh, get...
on your first order.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, thanks.
We got all of them. All of your orders.
All of your orders.
Thanks, Avery. We love you. So there is a question about, I think we should mention as well, when filling these, so normally we do measure candles and everything like that by weight.
Yeah.
And that is how, we are going to make them. But then if you do label them, it is going to be labeled in fluid ounces.
Yeah.
Same for reed diffusers. So if you will be packaging them in any way, shape, or form, just make sure that you are labeling them accurately.
Yeah.
And with these, you are also going to want to not fill it all the way to the top of the bottle.
Yeah. You want to have a little space in there to account for
wiggle room.
Yeah.
And we do have funnel pouring pitchers, or you can use a beaker, a cup, anything like that that has that fluid ounce measurement. Because also, like, if you're shipping them, you don't want heat, cold, anything to affect the pressure or expanding of the liquid in the bottle.
Yeah.
So you don't need to do this all the way up to the neck and the tippy top. So these are supposed to be slightly underfilled, and that is by design.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, quick question. What kind of packaging would we recommend for these bottles? So I'll be honest, guys, usually when I see room sprays in the store, they're not packaged in a package. They're just like this. If you're talking about shipping,
I don't see a lot. Possibly just a tall square rectangular box, but
I don't think I've ever seen a room spray packaged in a box, to be honest.
Because the good thing here is with that lock.
Yeah.
Especially that it's not going anywhere. So that is kind of like another option.
Yeah.
But yeah,
for shipping, I would just, like you ship anything kind of fragile, I just make sure you have fill in there and it's not shaking around a lot in your box of choice. But yeah, I really have not seen packaging for room spray bottles because
and I would probably do like the honeycomb paper.
Yeah.
Just give it a wrap with like a ribbon or washi tape. I'm also I like minimal packaging and shipping materials if we can help it, but I'm also a sucker for a good design. So there are two wolves inside of me.
Yeah, you gotta balance. Yeah.
So we don't have any kind of boxes or packaging for these, but they do lock, they ship safely in my experience. But if you are worried, I would always package some like you would package them, mail them to yourself.
Or a friend.
And see how they survive. Because we've had good results, but we always want to mitigate any kind of snafus.
Yeah, and I always like to do a test shipment of things, too, before I am, going to be mailing something to a customer, Yeah. So I'll always send something to a friend, and they appreciate a little gift, a little surprise in the mail. So, yeah, do that.
These are really fun. Yeah, bubble wrap, any kind of safety measure that you would like. should be enough. Don't quote me on that.
Save
it's been working.
Yeah, save the packing peanuts from your CandleScience orders.
Yes, they are biodegradable.
Yeah, they dissolve in water. You can see it for yourself.
And honestly, I do think that consumers in this day and age appreciate the reuse of a lot of materials. So even if it's, I do kind of hoard packaging material from other things. Yeah. I don't think that's weird. I think it's fine.
It's you're reusing.
Yeah.
Keep
it out of landfill.
All right, who's our winner?
Oh yeah, do we have? Did
we already announce the winner?
We did for this, right? Yeah, okay.
Oh, we did. Okay.
We have another one.
Yeah.
They're just patiently waiting. Oh no. What size label are we using on the big bottle? Excellent question. I do have that information somewhere, but not on me. What I can do is I can get a story together real quick, and I can let you know the label size.
We'll post it on our socials.
Yeah. Cool. Because this actually went on pretty seamlessly.
Yeah, that one looks really good. All right, and I do have to just share this comment from earlier because I thought it was enjoyable. The two personalities. Yeah, we're like the picture of those sisters where there's the one in all black and then the super colorful hair, that's us.
It's like the rainbow into the coffin.
Yeah.
And I love to see that people are using CandleScience packing peanuts.
Yes.
For other orders.
Fully endorse.
Big fan. If your pets eat them, it's fine.
Yes, yeah.
Don't worry too much. I do remember we got some comments saying like, "Oh no, my dog ate them." It's like,
you're good. You're good to go. Yeah, they're made from like vegetable starch or corn starch or potato starch or something like that. They're plant based, so
should be good.
Probably shouldn't fill up on them, but they're not gonna. If you by accident, you're gonna be okay.
In a pinch. Yeah. Just to quell any worries there. And now, finally, I think we can move on, unless there are any other questions.
Yeah. And, if you think of questions later, still ask it, please. Yeah.
Wax melts. Probably the most obvious
answer
to a candle alternative. So wax melts are so much fun to me.
I love wax melts. Yeah, this is where you can get so creative with color and shape and design.
And so I do have some melting here. These chunkos.
Yeah.
And
big boys.
Yeah. So this is what's in this melter right now is just our usual.
The classic.
Our regular everyday wax melts, clamshells. But we do now have some other styles.
Yeah, two other choices.
I like this one because it looks like a chocolate bar.
I love this one.
This one kind of also looks like a chocolate bar.
Yeah.
But these are very fun, and if you have a smaller melter or you just want a tiny pop of scent, these are great because they are smaller, or you can just add a whole brick to it.
Yeah.
This allows you a lot of control over the scent. But there's something about that snap.
I love the way they snap apart,
and I wonder if anybody needs those. I'll snap one.
Snap it.
Why not?
Yeah. Yeah, what's a good wax to start with? Highly recommend our Cocoa Soul wax. This is a new custom wax that we developed. I think
it might be this.
Yeah, I think that is Cocoa Soul. Yeah, but it's coconut, sunflower, soy. What else is in there?
Coconut.
That's it.
Yeah. That's a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a really great wax. You can load this wax up with fragrance for melts. It can hold up to 25% fragrance.
It's insane.
Which is a ton of fragrance. Personally, I don't know that I would use that much. However, if you wanted to, you can.
Yeah. It's up to you.
Yeah.
That would be a little overwhelming for me in some spaces, but if
some people just want that. They just want those crazy, crazy strong melts.
And if you have kind of an open plan living space, going a little hard on that is not necessarily the worst thing to do.
Yeah.
We do also have, you can label these in different sizes. We also have some warning labels, things like that, just for general use and instructions.
Yeah.
Not bad, to use. How long is the cure time for Cocoa Soul?
Oh, yeah.
Great question.
I'm not sure what do we say? Let's find out.
I am bad at waiting, so I tend to make things and then like immediately use it. But I have noticed that at least 3 days make a huge difference in any wax, personally.
Yeah, and for natural waxes, which this is, I would, give it at least 3 days.
But the longer, sometimes the more potent it can actually smell. I know it's hard to wait.
Yeah.
Speaking from experience.
Let's see, what do we say in our lab notes? Which, if you haven't ever checked out our lab notes for our waxes,
oh yeah,
it's a great resource.
I can show you that too.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now.
All right. So we have lab notes on most of, if not all, waxes, which are really great because they are from our lab, and we have some amazing people working on testing them, figuring out the best way to use them, pros and cons, things like that. So if you want some images and some more information on how something is supposed to look or perform, check out the lab notes, and I can show you how to find those as well.
Yeah.
So let's go boop. Okay. So if you're on the CandleScience website, you are going to want to search for the wax that you are interested in. Okay, so here it is. Here is all of the information. We do have, product pictures. Oh, this also comes in a bag option that you can microwave if you don't want to use a double boiler.
The wax sack.
The wax sack, big fan. So here we have some more information you can watch there. But the lab notes are my personal favorite.
Yeah,
way.
very, very helpful.
So this is everything that's in it. Some images, aesthetics, fragrance performance, burn performance, stability. These are all things that we wanted to be kind of like really transparent about, what we're testing for.
Yeah.
So you can see what it looks like, how it's supposed to look, some example products that we've made. And, if that looks like something you are interested in, great, go ahead and check it out, but also the burn performance. So hopefully that will help you get a really good idea about where to test or where to start testing so you don't have to waste a lot of time and materials.
Yeah.
Lab notes are great.
Yeah. Are all scents approved for wax melts? Yes, they all are. Just because all of our scents are approved for using candles, so... A wax melt is just a candle without a wick. Yeah, smaller.
The important thing for when you're making wax melts is to be more aware of the threshold of the wax you're using. So you don't want to over fragrance the wax. Some problems if you severely over fragrance wax, the oil might not adhere or stick in the wax. They might not bind correctly. With wax melts, you can get away with kind of experimenting with a little bit more fragrance if you so choose, but I would not personally overload the wax with more than the wax's maximum allowable fragrance load. So
is Cocoa Sol good for the summer months? Yeah, so it is. Cocoa Sol is a pillar and melt wax specifically. It is not recommended or designed to be used in container candles. So it by nature has a bit of a higher melt point than container waxes. It's a harder, firmer wax.
Yeah. And I believe it was at like 136 degrees for the melt point.
Okay, so that's a pretty high melt point. So yeah, this would be a good wax to use for your melts and pillar candles in the summer months.
And these do ship fairly well in our testing as also. So I haven't gone through an entire summer heat shipping many of them, but we have heard good results.
Yes.
So. Oh, okay. I just love seeing that people like the Apothecary fragrance oil.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, people are really liking the Apothecary scent. It's
so
a good
glad.
one. Yeah, I'm really glad too.
And I mean, speaking of spring and summer, especially if you're testing, I love using wax melts to test blends.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was a really good launch. Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
I kept trying to find like, what's my least favorite one, and it was really hard.
Yeah, it is hard.
It was hard. But I do love to use wax melts to test different blends. So I'll make a couple different wax melts with a few different fragrances and then melt them together in the wax melter. And then that kind of does give you a basically good idea about how they'll smell in a candle or other things like that.
Yeah.
Oh, good question.
Can you use dye blocks with the wax melts? Yes, absolutely. Yep, you can use dye blocks for melts to add color. You can use liquid dye. You can use Micas in your melts, which is always fun. Adding some nice little shimmer.
Yeah. I have a little bit in there now. They're still going.
Yeah.
I do love Micas and wax melts because of that shimmer. It just it adds a little magic.
It's pretty
to it. But yeah, you can use any kind of candle dye for wax melts.
And does Coco Sol include paraffin? No, it does not. Coco Sol is a 100% natural wax. It is soy wax, coconut, and sunflower waxes. So 100% natural plant-based wax.
A very fun mix, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Very fun. These are all good. And there are we do have a lot of really great wax melt appropriate waxes. Coco Sol has been one that I've been using a lot.
Yeah.
But also you can make kind of very like structural wax melts as well. They don't need to be in clamshells.
You can do some fun shapes.
Yeah, why not? So we have little like macarons.
Macarons, those are so cute.
I love these so much.
I'm obsessed with those, yeah.
Eyeballs. You can do lots
just girl things.
Just girly things.
Tombstones, We've done teeth.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of teeth.
Some have told us too many teeth, but that's not going to stop us.
No.
But
we'll never be stopped.
Can't stop, won't stop the teeth content. But these, if you're going to package them, you can put them in like little plastic bags, little kind of pouches, things like that. But you are going to want to make sure that you're using a wax that is hard enough for that. So that is why we only recommend pillar waxes for wax melts, just so those things keep their shape. Container waxes are generally too soft.
So I see someone's asking about Vybar. Is it necessary? And no, it's not. If you're working with a wax that is, ready to be used, which most waxes are, you don't need to add Vybar. That's kind of a thing from maybe like 25 years ago. That was more recommended because we didn't have as many different kinds of waxes available as we do now.
Yeah, and it can be a great tool if you're working with like what would, I guess, be considered straight paraffin wax. The candle wax that we sell, if it has paraffin in it, it is highly refined. It is made for candle making specifically, so it is likely that it does already have some kind of Vybar or
some other kind of
stearic acid in it.
Stabilizing agent of some kind.
So it is all good to go. You do not need to add any additives to the wax if you don't want to. So.
This is an interesting question. You love room sprays that you can use as a hair refresher. Is this compatible? Okay, well, this is the first time I have ever heard of this. I would have to say that our room spray base, no.
My gut is telling me no, but I don't know that we've tested it.
We haven't tested it, but I'm just going to go ahead and say don't do that. Because then you would also have to take the fragrance usage into account as well. Was the fragrance used at a percentage that would also be compatible for hair care products? That is an interesting concept.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm always very skeptical of these like products that are like multi-use. Like it just is kind of giving like the 5-in-1 shampoo body wash kind of situation.
Yeah. I'm not. I would say no for now.
Yeah. I would not.
I wouldn't do it. Only because this has not been formulated specifically for that and has not been tested specifically for that. So whether or not it's capable of being used like that, it's definitely not its intended use.
Yeah. And I'm not testing it on my hair, so.
I might, but like not today. I'll give it a go. I'll let you know how it goes. Should be okay, but I wouldn't. Yeah.
Okay. Does the average 1 pound of wax make 4 clamshells, or does that vary? It depends on how much your clamshells can hold.
Yeah, I think some of them are like 2 ounces, maybe a little.
Some of them are like 1.7 ounces. So it just depends on the clamshells you're using.
Yeah, and you would use kind of like your batch amount of wax to calculate your fragrance load or how much dye you want to use, anything like that.
Yeah.
But you can make a fair amount of wax melts with a 1 pound bag of like Coco Sol, let's say.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, should we give some away?
Yeah. Let's give away this bundle. This is I think my favorite bundle.
This is such a fun bundle because it has so many cool things, and you get to pick a mica and a liquid dye of your choice.
Yes.
Which I'm obsessed with micas. I love them so much.
Yeah, and we
so many.
we have these great micas from Mad Micas that we carry. So many good colors.
Yeah.
I think we might be working on some custom colors too.
Be very, very cool.
Yeah.
So we might have some very colorful updates coming at one point or another. But yes, we can. Okay, we're going to give this away, and then we absolutely can talk about dyes and colors.
Yes.
We can also talk a little bit blending too, because I know people have some questions about that.
Yeah.
So if you have not entered for the last giveaway, go right ahead.
If you've already entered, you don't need to enter
no
again.
need.
Yeah.
Perfect. Ooh.
And, you know, as just a quick reminder too, please give us a real email address that you check. And we will only be able to ship prizes within the United States. So if you are outside the U.S., I'm sorry, but you will not be eligible for the giveaway.
You know, we can pop up that again. Just these are the rules.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think we have a winner. Let's see. Who is it? Michelle
D.
Congratulations!
Yay, congratulations.
And to help sway your choices, I can definitely show you some dyes and micas that we have.
Yeah.
So, this is going to be fun. Okay. Oh, yeah, we are getting a lot of questions about dye, actually.
Yeah.
Amazing. I love dyeing. Okay, here we go. So, I pulled...
That one took me a second. I was like,
it's time to dye with Dana.
Yeah.
Okay, we are going to...
Okay,
take a
amazing
look.
series title.
Be sure you are following and subscribed on YouTube to have dyeing time with Dana. I'm going to try my best not to spill, but I just wanted to show that, so these were some wax melts that we had made before, so you can kind of see a little bit of the shine going on there. It kind of helps if I move it, but I'm not going to stick my hand in there. This is the mica in its powdered form, and some of it varies. So even mica to mica, some of the particles are different. The sparkle can be a little different, the grain can be different. They're all beautiful. It's just going to matter a little bit. I always forget how close I can get here. And we would recommend that you mostly follow the recommended usage. But again, you can also play it a little loose and fast with micas in certain things. Wax melts are certainly one of those things. But we do have some amazing colors. Oh my gosh.
Really nice colors.
And we had, I still use liquid dye quite a bit. I tend to use the dye blocks or dye chips less frequently, only because for me they're harder to measure.
Yeah.
I actually prefer some of the vibrancy in the dye blocks, but I will personally, I only use them if I need like a very, very deep color or like a deep black. I'll mix the dye block and the liquid dye. So, ooh, a brown mica. We
might have something.
We might have something. I can see.
I'm gonna look on the website.
Thank you. I'm gonna show you best I can the difference between the two options that we currently have. So one is Sparkle Sunshine, which is so fun, and the other is Supernova.
Yeah, the Supernova I think is probably the...
Yeah. It's definitely more of a bronze.
Like a coppery, bronzy.
But in an opaque wax, this is going to read brown until it melts. So that, I guess that's something to mention as well, is that when you put these super beautiful shiny micas into wax, they will dull when the wax dries. So it is going to look likely a little bit more pastel, and you might lose some of that overall shine, but as soon as it starts to melt again, that is going to come back, which is a really, really fun effect. The liquid dyes as well, especially if you're working with soy wax, natural wax, they will almost always be a little bit more pastel.
Yes. Yeah, because soy wax, you know, it's white.
Yeah.
It dries white. So if you're mixing a color with more white, you're going to get a pastel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you're using soap, if you're using clear soap, that sparkle will kind of retain within the clear base.
Yes.
So you can do a lot of really fun designs with micas in soap. So yes, you can absolutely use micas in soaps.
You can use micas for soaps.
But check the recommended usage as well as you know, any safety documentation if you have any questions, for sure.
our Micas, it's going to stain your warmer or shower tub. I think part of that is going to depend on how much you use, as well as the specific color. I do know probably red, if you're using a lot of red mica.
Yeah.
It is certainly possible.
Typically red, black, purple sometimes are not really recommended to use in things like bath bombs or things that are going to soak. So again, we do have a ton of information. I can show you. I have the technology. So I can.
We have the technology, Dana.
We can do it. Let's go and look at a mica. Was there a specific one or let's see. I kind of like. Okay.
Sakura is a pretty one.
Yeah, so I actually have this one here. We're going to take a look at this. That's a beautiful, actually, like if you're going to do a set of anything, I mean, listen, I'm just saying, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, just a suggestion.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
But I can also show you how to figure out how much mica to use. Especially, are there any soapers in... Is the soaper in the room with us?
I think there's a couple. I think there's a couple soapers here. Yeah.
Let me know. Okay. So we're going to take a look here. This is the mica page, and you can kind of see. So this is the difference in the micas. This is what the mica looks like. We use Mad Micas, and you can also go to the Mad Mica website. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same stuff. So all of this great information here. So recommended usage in soaps. Gives you all of that really fun info. And then it does have some kind of additional uses. So this is actually approved for lips and bath bombs.
Ooh.
Great.
If you make custom nail polish.
Yes. Oh my God.
Hit us up if so.
Yeah, if anyone's out there making custom nail polish, I want to know about it. And I just love this category of crafts.
Yeah.
And typically, yes.
Yes.
You can make crafts with
Yes
this.
to crafts. Yes to crafts.
You know, and again, we do have a lot of information over here in the properties and what you can use it in. We don't really recommend micas for candles. Yeah. And that is unfortunate. I feel your pain there. I would love, if that were not the case. Yeah. Unfortunately, based on usage and wick size and, ingredients and process.
They clog the wick in candles. Yeah. It's sad, but it's true.
And it might not happen all the time, but in our testing, the fact that it happens as much as it does, we just don't recommend it.
Yeah, we just can't recommend it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not here to tell you
wickless
what
candles,
to do,
though.
Yeah.
Wickless candles.
Yeah. Ooh, someone does make eyeshadow and lip gloss. Wow.
Yeah, and we've got some soapers, too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Love it. Love to see it.
Yeah, we don't have kits with micas.
No.
Yet.
No, we don't.
Which is interesting. I'm going to store that away for later.
Yeah.
Because that could be kind of fun to experiment with.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But we do have it in this bundle that we're going to give away.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've given away so many things. But if you didn't win any, that's fine. Because Cassie over here is going to give all of these away again.
Yes.
On Instagram Lives.
No, not on the Instagram Live.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry.
Yeah, not during my lives. It's just going to be a regular Instagram post giveaway.
Oh, even better. Yeah. Nice. So make sure you're following us over on Instagram.
Yeah, there's going to be a new one every week. We are focusing on a different type of flameless home fragrance product for every month or every day. No, every week. Every week of
all
this
the
month.
time.
Every week of this month.
So yeah, good.
Yeah. This first week is just general home fragrance stuff.
And then stay tuned.
Yeah, we're gonna have a wax melt week. We're gonna have a room spray week, reed diffuser week, and there'll be some fun surprises. Maybe some sales. Maybe some cool stuff for Scent Society members, which is our rewards program.
Yeah, if you are not checking your rewards points, make sure that you are.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do anything to be a member of the Scent Society. As soon as you order with CandleScience, you become a member, and then we have some fancy little tiers.
Yeah.
So it's fun. Okay, calculations for blending fragrances together. Do you mean like specifically in like, let's just say wax melts? So that would depend on the ratio that you want to use.
This is a question that is going to depend. It's going to depend on your individual, like what you're making, what kind of fragrance blend you want to make, how much, how large your batch is. So this is something I think, maybe send us a DM.
Yeah, we can definitely help with that.
It's just, too much to get into.
But essentially, I would start with a 50-50 blend because that is the easiest math to calculate. And then if one scent is overpowering or you want, a little bit more of a different scent coming through, you can adjust that ratio to like 30-70, something like that. 25-75. And there are some calculations involved in that. It's not super difficult. It's just like a 2-step process. So we can work on getting some short content made around that as well, because it is a question that comes up pretty often. For sure. Yeah. We can get that up on shorts because it's a little bit of a process. But it's not hard. I don't want you to like. It's
not hard. It's just there's just a lot of things we have to take into account.
I would have some more questions.
So we'd have more questions for you. And you would have to answer. So,
but we can get some basic stuff up. No problem. I'm gonna make a note.
We can talk about that during Wax Melt Week.
Oh, and so you can definitely use Micas in wickless candles. Absolutely. I love the effect that gives. And another good point about bath bombs.
Oh, yes, this was a good comment. You often won't get staining unless your tub is dirty, so it's another reason to keep your tub clean.
It's a nice reminder that I need to do a deep clean. And it is a good point. And some micas just will not really be recommended for use in bath bombs, specifically because of like that soaking element and how easily it can adhere to other things like soap scum or anything like that. So definitely just make sure that the ones you're choosing for your products are compatible with the materials you're using. Oh, I trust you all. I want to get that math right. Do not trust me when it comes to math. I will do my best. But it is good. And if you are testing blends in wax melts, you can kind of do that math. Like
it's a rough approximation.
You can do like a half and half. You can break another piece and do a little bit to kind of get a good idea about where you want to go. But essentially you're going to take your overall fragrance load and cut that by the ratio you want to use. If it's 50-50, then it's half and half. That is the easiest.
That's the easiest one. And honestly, a lot of your blends probably will just be half and half.
So that's not too bad. All right, friendos. Are there any other questions about, Flameless February or anything else? Because we will be continuing Flameless content throughout the month of February. We love alliteration around here.
Yes.
And they're really, really fun to make. So if you want to see anything or more content around anything, definitely let us know. We love a good project.
Yes.
And congratulations to all our winners.
Congrats, winners.
So excited.
And look out for an email from us to get your shipping address. We can get your prize sent out to you.
Get your stuff picked out and on its way. All right, well, until next time, and we'll try to get that blending live in for you.
I don't know when.
I know. Maybe try a sneaky one, so make sure you're subscribed so you get that notification when we have a last-minute blending live for you. All right, well, and then I guess on that note, we'll see you next time.
Happy Flameless February to everyone. Keep an eye out for all of our, sales and other, fun things we have happening this month.
We'll see you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.